When I grow up, what should I be? A chef? A sprinkle of this, a dash of that? I'd probably eat more than I'd cook. I could be a ballet dancer. I'm not exactly graceful. I've got 2 left feet. Literally. Or what about an astronaut? Wow. Tempting, but a little far from home. Maybe I'm meant to help in a different way. Or maybe I'm destined to give someone hope.
At Dogs Inc., our puppies grow up to change lives as guide dogs, service dogs, and skilled companion dogs. Trained with love, provided at no cost, and made possible through hope.
Now that's a perfect fit.
Learn more at dogsinc.org.
All right, we're back. So Brian's with me just for a moment, and he was asking what I thought the fate of Christian Gonzalez, the great cornerback from New England, still very young, maybe a top 1 to 3 best in the entire league. He hasn't signed with the Patriots yet, and we could end up losing him to free agency or re-sign him. And you think there's a good chance he could be out of town?
Yeah, I think he's. Most of the time, I want to side with the players, but he's looking for better than number one money in his position. He's looking to be comparable to quarterbacks and wide receivers.
Yeah, $35-40 million a year.
I mean,
cornerback is a very important position.
I think it's more so than a wide receiver, because you got to keep up with the wide receivers.
Yeah, and it's a unique thing to be a dominant corner.
Yeah,
right.
But I don't think he's the best.
I think he's one of them. He shined in that Super Bowl. Njigba didn't have a great day.
He did, and look what Njigba's getting paid now.
Yeah.
So he wants to be in that caliber, and I don't think it's going to happen. And if he tries to hold it, he might get tagged, but then it gets pretty dirty after that.
I think he's going to end up getting somewhere in the area of $140 million for 4 years, and
break that down per year. Oh, I guess
35?
You can't, because a lot of that money gets up front.
35, average. I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I think that's the kind of money.
How much is up front?
That's a question. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a capologist, and it really is a formula.
I mean, that's what you want nowadays, because you get hurt, or your performance isn't all that good, and the next thing you know, you're out of Dodge.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know what the future's going to see. You're gambling on his health, and you're gambling on his effectiveness.
Yeah. But he's had some health problems. Not much.
Yeah, not too bad. I mean, understandable ones, not anything chronic that we should expect.
Nothing that has stopped his coverage.
Right. And he's healthy at the moment. And he's healthy at the moment, so.
Is he?
Yeah.
I thought he was out of practice the other day because he wasn't.
Nothing major.
Oh. Okay.
Nothing major. I think he had an issue with his calf or something like that, but they're just being careful. They don't want to exasperate things at this point. College football starts August 29. Yeah.
Pardon me. I'm getting
Ohio
excited.
State, I think. Ohio State at the top, I think.
That's so far right now.
Bama and Oregon. They're supposed
you go with that Oregon again.
Well, I mean, I think they're ranked third.
Are they really?
Somewhere like that. They have a great program. Thanks to Nike.
Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
But
I just don't look. I just think the better teams are out of California. But maybe I'm thinking in the past more than, because Oregon has been good for the past decade.
Oregon has been really, I mean, and Washington as well. But the Washington coach then, what's his name, Caden? He went to Alabama.
Alabama, yeah.
So it hasn't really panned out for him either.
Well, but is it 2 years?
I know, but they don't suffer losses.
True, but I mean,
how
many losses has he had?
Too many.
But too many. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's not in the championship game.
Mm-hmm.
So
close.
Indiana is going to be good again, I guess.
No.
But they're getting more money than they got last year.
Yeah, they might be getting more money, but I don't think they're getting the players.
Ohio State, Georgia, Texas, LSU is going to be good this year.
Think so?
Yeah.
Why? Because they have a new coach?
Well, I like that coach.
Until he goes to the next team?
Yeah, I know.
You know what?
He's in the portal.
Here's one. Did you hear about this Congress? I don't know if the NCAA or, college, I'm going to say NCAA because I'm not quite sure if it's that one or the CFL or CFA or whatever, the College Football Association. That boy.
Yeah.
They want Congress to put in a law that stop these people from jumping all around like they are.
I think it should be more difficult.
I don't think Congress should be involved at all. That's something that league
But we
can come up with on their own.
subsidize schools and scholarships.
Still. But isn't that money coming from private folks?
Trump's involved.
Likeness?
Trump's involved
In what?
in this whole conversation.
Why?
And he wanted to get involved. I think Charlie Baker is the right guy for this. I think he's a smart guy. If anybody can solve it, I really think Charlie
Well, why
Baker
does
can
he
do it.
want Congress to? Because they're the ones reaching out to Congress to come up with a bill.
I just think that it's when you have a letter of commitment and you give it to a school so they stop recruiting somebody very much like you, maybe as good, maybe better, but they're going to go with you. They get a feeling you're going to be the quarterback for that school. And then you can just say, I'm leaving in the next year and go to another school. I think that it's harmful to the whole thing that made it great in the first place.
Okay, so why can't the NCAA or whatever league
Have their own
come up
laws.
with their rules?
I do agree.
Yeah, you don't need Congress to do that.
There's litigation, there's lawsuits. I mean, students are suing schools. They're suing the NCAA. I don't have my arms around the whole thing yet. It's a hot mess since the money came. Right? Since we brought money into this, it's been a hot mess.
I thought that the students got paid to get a scholarship, and whether they went to school or not, they were still getting paid. They were still getting fed. They were still getting a place to sleep.
You're getting a $250,000 arrangement to play football. It's pretty good. And you don't have to do anything except for show up and train. They feed you. They house you. They educate you. That's not good enough anymore. Now they need millions.
Hey, look, I don't mind them making money outside of
The
football.
NIL,
Yeah. I mean, the NIL is outside of football. It's who they are.
Technically, it's because of football. But.
Yeah, correct. Or whatever sport. I don't mind them being able to do that. And that would help clamp down on some of the bad recruiting that goes on.
Well, what Trump got involved with is he's stopping these students from staying, like Bo Nix, staying 6-7 years in college to just because you're making money at that level.
Was that Bo's?
I'm using him as an example.
I know, but what I'm getting at is, first of all, Bo Nix got the extra year because of COVID. No, but I'm talking about one extra year because of COVID.
Right.
He had an injury year.
Yeah.
So,
well, COVID's out of the loop now, and we're still seeing kids stay there 6-7 years.
Well, but are they playing 6 or 7 years?
Yeah.
Well, they should only be allowed to play 4 years.
Well, you're not going. I don't know if those days will ever come back. I mean, we're seeing people with 60 starts under their belts. How does that happen on a 10, 12 game schedule, right?
I don't know, but they shouldn't. They're probably not going into the NFL.
Some of them, like Bo Nix, for example, he had 62, I think, starts.
But that was,
I know the COVID year, but ever since.
But that's an exception to the rule.
Yeah. Oh, well,
they should stop that.
The quarterback for Mississippi's Ole Miss, I think, just sued the NCAA and lost his ability to quarterback for the 6th year.
Carson Beck now is down in Atlanta, Arizona.
Down in Arizona.
He had an extra year, too.
Yeah.
Too many tattoos.
I don't think he's going to be effective, you know.
You know what?
He went from Georgia to, where did he go after that?
A lot of people didn't think Brady was going to be
Miami.
effective. And Miami last year, he made it to the championship game and played okay.
Yeah, Indiana, right?
Yeah.
But again, he's got 6 years experience behind center at that level. That's an advantage.
Well, but he didn't play all those years. Remember, he was behind the guy that won 2 championships for Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he
was on the team.
He had like 50 starts or something.
I think he played a lot because Georgia would be blowing teams out, and he got to play the second half of games. Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll see a lot more of that this year.
With Georgia?
I don't know. I think this year, keep an eye on the next Megatron's coming up. He's playing for South Carolina.
Oh, that guy, yeah.
Nick Harbor.
He and the wide receiver, I think he's going to be a junior for Ohio State. They're ranked 1 and 2 as far as football players to watch this year.
And the NFL teams looking for a wide receiver, salivating in this draft. There's a really good pool of wide receivers.
See, the Patriots could wait a year. Raiders.
Hey, he looked good, Mendoza.
You know what?
He's a big guy. I didn't realize he was that big.
Yeah, he is tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, and strong.
He's big, yeah.
You know what?
Look comfortable.
I'm knocking on fake wood here.
I mean, Kirk Cousins is going to be the guy for a little bit, right? Until they hand
Who
it
knows?
over. Yeah, this could have changed things. He did look NFL already in a short sample. But
and Kirk Cousins had a couple of years. He was never that great.
Regular season, he was good, and then
A couple of years.
playoffs or key Monday Night Football games, he was good. He was a good 1 o'clock guy.
Good one. No, 12 noon time.
Under the lights, it was different.
when he was playing in the Central Time Zone.
Yeah, and it didn't work out for him whenever they were featured games.
Well,
His record's
Minnesota
terrible.
paid a lot of money for no reason.
Yeah, I think he's a security blanket because he does know the game.
He's a Jacoby Myers.
He's a veteran. He understands he's there for a certain purpose to prepare this kid, and he's going to get a lot of money to do that. And he's probably going to play 6, 8, 10 games, and then they'll hand it over to him, maybe even sooner. But he understands his role, and he's getting paid handsomely for it. And Vegas is probably
Everybody loves a second-string quarterback.
most popular guy in town for a losing team.
Maybe they can get the quarterback to hold the ball instead of the punter.
It's going to be difficult to see the Raiders making a lot of strides this year because the rest of that division is stacked, right? I mean,
Here he goes again.
well, it is. I mean,
But Denver, maybe. How much longer can the Chargers keep going the way they are?
I think the Chargers have a
I do
top
too,
5
actually,
team this year.
But I'm praying that the
Kansas City, I think we're seeing the end of it. I think it's coming to an end.
You know what?
Watch them win the division.
I'm trying to think of the coach's name.
Andy Reid.
Andy Reid. How many bad years did Andy Reid have in Philly?
Well, he's a good
And
coach.
he's still there.
And he's a good general manager.
Yeah.
Right? So he does know what he's doing, and he restocks, and he always shuts me up. But at the same time, Father Time is undefeated. Mahomes is coming off a terrible injury. He's getting up there.
Father who? Father Belichick? Father,
Time?
Father,
What's going on here?
Brady?
What's happening?
Father.
Nobody.
I don't know.
Oh, Brady.
Yeah.
Well, Brady and Mahomes have a much different game. Brady's a cerebral player. Mahomes is both cerebral, but he really does need those legs to carry plays over and create things. I don't know that that's going to be the case for him.
Well, after the injury? I thought the same thing after Brady went down in 2008, and he came roaring back.
Well, Cal Ripken had to go to third base, right? His range was
I don't
not
know.
what it
I
was.
think he volunteered to go to third base. Or
Okay.
kind of got, I think his father said, hey, we want to put you over here.
His streak was on the line. He stayed in the league long enough by going to third base,
Sir,
right? He's not going to...
I want to stand here and say that record will never be broken, but I didn't think Ty Cobb's record would be broken.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
What do I know?
Amazing. But I'll say
Lou
this.
Gehrig, too.
You know, I'm going to just do ADD radio here for a second. I read an incredible statistic. Babe Ruth, 3 World Series with the Red Sox.
Mm-hmm.
He pitched 31 innings in those World Series. 29.2 scoreless. And this is a slugger. He's known to be a slugger.
Yeah. Oh, back
Think
then he
about
was
that.
both.
0.87 ERA in those World Series.
He was the Ohtani of that day.
He also batted 100 in those combined World Series. So the pitching carried him for those World Series rings the Red Sox got.
He got home runs, though.
Which brings me to David Ortiz, who in the World Series batted .455 with 3 equal to Ruth rings for the Red Sox. So who's the greatest Red Sox, most important Red Sox of all time?
Babe Ruth.
Over David Ortiz?
Yeah.
I think it's debatable.
Ted Williams.
He never got a ring.
Do you have to?
Yep.
Do you have to
Yep.
have a ring
Yep.
to be the
Yep.
greatest?
Yep.
Really?
Oh, to be the most important.
Oh, okay.
Relevant. I mean, you count rings in sports, right? How many championships? Right?
Yeah.
Who's
yeah,
the best? Who's the best baseball franchise in history?
Yankees.
How come?
Championships.
Right. So
Different, but that's a
for that
franchise.
reason.
That's not an individual.
I think Ted Williams may have been the greatest Red Sox, but the most important Red Sox in terms of getting it done, it's either Ruth or it's Ortiz, and there's nobody else.
I thought somebody was going to say Pedroia. He got 2.
He's a good player.
It was all right. No, I putting it the way that you did, I would definitely go with Ortiz.
455.
I would have to think twice, but
That's-
right now I'd say Ortiz.
It's unconscious. And over the span, Babe Ruth got it done from 16, 17, 18. David Ortiz, 2004, 2007, 2013. right? The span of those championships where he was relevant. That's incredible.
Well, maybe that goes to say a lot about what the Red Sox were back in those days. In this day, the Red Sox would win one, set out a couple, win one, set out 3 or 4 before they won again.
That's tolerable.
A lot more.
It's better than the
teams
86
now.
years. I prefer that for sure. But, I remember playing fantasy baseball in the 90s, and I'd take a chance on David Ortiz out in Minnesota, and he couldn't even do any better than splitting time at first base. Comes to Boston, hangs around Manny Ramirez, who teaches him how to be a slugger in this league, and it never changed. He just took over.
Well, it helped to have Manny behind him.
Yeah. It's been a lot of fun.
And Nomar ahead of him.
And that Duquette was a great general manager. No question.
Well,
You got Pedro here, you got Manny here.
Yeah, he did.
And Ortiz. So I can't say anything bad about Dan Duquette.
But he didn't get Schilling here.
No. The bloody sock? He didn't?
No, he was gone by then.
That's 2004. No, sir.
Yeah.
In 2004?
Yeah.
That was Dan Duquette, wasn't it?
No.
Oh, he left.
Duquette had to be left. When the new ownership came in, they relieved him of his
That's right.
duty.
Yeah, the guitar player.
He was going to keep on playing.
Yeah, Theo Epstein, right?
Yep.
Yeah. But I mean, most of the pieces were in place.
Yeah, I guess that year before is when they brought in Cowboy Up guy and the third baseman
Johnny
that they
Damon?
brought in from. When did Damon? Damon was already there. He was there in 2003.
He was a Duquette guy.
Yeah.
And very important.
Who's the guy that I'm thinking of? They started him at second base and they moved him over to third.
Oh, Miller?
Miller, yeah. Miller.
Good hitter.
Okay.
Yeah, good assistant. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Ken Pittman Show.
AM and 99.5 FM. WBSM.
This is Manny Resendiz reminding you to jumpstart your mornings with the Retirement Factory Saturdays at 6 and Sundays at 10 here on 1420 WBSM.
Brian, who's your favorite broadcaster, NFL broadcaster? College, for me, there's a no close second. Keith Jackson was my very favorite for college, but who's your favorite NFL broadcaster?
Jim Nantz.
Jim Nantz? Yeah, he's good.
With Romo.
Wait a minute.
He's with Romo.
I got bad news for you.
He was with Romo.
Yeah. Romo, but for a $30 Uber ride, right? If he just paid $30 for an Uber ride, he would still have his $180 million contract, but because he drove drunk, he's been let go. Boy, oh boy. So somebody's chomping at the bit to get that job because that's going to be a fat contract for whoever that is. Now, Aikman probably would have been in line for something like that, but he's a consultant for Miami, so he's very limited. He may walk away from Miami and take something like that. I would.
He's on Fox, though, Ken.
Is he under contract?
I don't know.
He probably still is. I like Aikman.
I think he's got the same type of deal that Brady has.
You know who's excellent as far as being with the Al Michaels, the Mike Tirico. I think both McCourty brothers are fantastic. Jason and Devin, they're both really good at what they do.
I think one of them is on the broadcast for
CBS?
the Sunday night games, Ken.
Oh, no kidding. Okay. That doesn't surprise me. I mean, they're both really good. I find myself agreeing with them quite a bit. But there's a big hole now with Romo out. I wonder what they're going to do.
I don't know. That's because he was the lead guy for the 4 o'clock games, wasn't he?
A lot of people did not like Tony Romo calling the games
on CBS,
but enough did where they justified the contract. I was very impressed with his ability to tell me what the next play was going to be. He was uncanny as a former NFL quarterback. He knew precisely what needed to be done. I mean, probably would have been a good offensive coordinator. But I think he's going to have to lay low for a couple of years, and I think somebody will hire him eventually. You know, he's going to have to go through the motions of alcohol treatment center, that kind of thing. And if he wants another job like that, I mean, it was a dream job. Boy, he's out of the NFL. And what's next? He made more money broadcasting than he did as a quarterback for the Cowboys.
He could go, Ken. If nobody picks him up, he could go play golf. Ken, he's actually pretty good in golf.
I bet. I mean, he's a professional athlete, I'm sure.
No, he was trying. I know, like 2 years ago, he was trying to qualify for the U.S. Open. Ken,
Better than Trump?
probably.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. Trump, not if you believe Trump with his scores. But too many people have said that the president gets a lot of mulligans and kicks the ball out of the rough, things like that. He kind of...
Ken, that's what he got Secret Service for. What do you think? He does it?
Yeah. I mean, I remember Biden said he was a 6 handicap in a presidential debate, and Trump scoffed at that, but Trump embellishes his own golfing record. 508-996-0500. Yeah, I just can't. It's just unfathomable, the decision-making of Tony Romo. I guess that's why you don't drink alcohol, right? Because alcohol makes you make bad decisions.
Yeah, yeah, because you had him this year, Ken. You had last year. The big story was Sanchez.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Assaulted somebody pretty badly, right?
Yeah.
Alcohol.
I think he got in the wrong car. I think, and he assaulted the guy that was driving.
Was that what it was?
Yeah.
I forget. I know there was caught on tape.
Yeah, he
dummy.
He got fired from CBS because he was a broadcaster for CBS too, Ken.
You know, he was not a good NFL quarterback by any stretch of the imagination. Handsome guy, gets an incredible job, and tees off on somebody. God, why? If you're 18, 20, 22, maybe you can understand the behavior a little bit. But I mean, what was he? 34, 36?
I think he was like 30, between 34 and 36.
God, and now his name is Mud. Congratulations. 508-996-0500. You see Bill Murray was at the Zeitarian a couple weeks back.
Like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. He's one of my favorites.
New Bedford's a favorite for him, Ken.
He's here a lot. He's got a boat. And
Yeah,
I
he
know
comes
he
visits,
gets it
like, all the
repaired.
time.
He gets the boat repaired in the harbor somewhere. I think it's undisclosed as far as I know. And he does. He's not afraid to walk around, and he'll go to some of the local restaurants. Not the fanciest. He's not known for going to the very best of places, but he goes to like places that he's curious about, and it's kind of fun to see that. He's one of my favorites of all time.
Yes.
The Saturday Night Live alumni, he might be my very favorite. But What About Bob is one of my favorite movies of all time. You ever see that?
No.
You never did?
No.
And there's an underrated movie he's in called The Man Who Knew Too Little.
I don't think I've seen that either.
That's very funny. But he's got the epic, obviously, Ghostbusters and
Yes.
Stripes and things like that. But now, as he's getting up there, he likes to take on some serious roles.
Ken, he's going to be local
Yeah?
because you know where his son is.
His son's on the Patriots, right? No, Celtics?
No.
Wait, I'm trying to remember.
His son's
Boston College.
the head coach for Boston College.
Boston College, yes. I knew it was a Boston sports team. Yeah,
So he's going to be around this
he's not
area.
the head coach. Bill O'Brien is. He's an assistant.
No.
What?
He's the head coach for basketball, Ken.
Basketball, all right. I knew he was involved in Boston. I knew his son was in Boston sports. So it's not professional. It's not football.
He's the head coach for BC men's basketball, Ken. He left UConn to go there. I mean, yeah, he went.
He was an assistant at UConn.
He was under Dan Hurley.
Yeah.
And now he's.
Let's hope he does great, right? I mean,
Bill Murray will be around.
so
more.
far, BC's not impressing in the ACC competition.
Nope.
I don't think we'll expect him to do well in football this year, right?
Ken, you were talking about the college football top 5 in the rankings right now. It goes Ohio State, Oregon, Georgia, Texas, Notre Dame. That's the top 5.
Notre Dame is hanging in there, aren't they?
Yes.
For a non-conference team, they do some incredible recruiting. Oregon's 2 and 3, depending on which poll you're talking about, the coaches or the...
I saw the CBS one, so.
whatever. It's not going to stay that way. You know, it's going to jump up and
move
down.
a lot.
Big Ten's tough. Boy, just when they said the Big Ten's done, it's all SEC. The Big Ten's dominating now. 508-996-05. Where's Indiana? Are they in the top 10?
I thought they were. I think they are. I only looked at the top 5.
Huh.
So.
Ohio State is just always good, aren't they?
Michigan wasn't even. I don't even think was in the top 10, Ken.
Well, they've had some problems.
With all those dramas.
That's right. Well, did you get to watch any of the Pats Thursday?
Yeah, I watched a good, probably 2 quarters of it.
I like the rookie running back Jam Miller.
Yeah, I feel bad for the other running back there, Terrell Jennings.
Yeah, what happened to him?
I don't know. He got put on IR as of this week.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
I think you're gonna see. I think you're gonna see. Probably may start the second one, Ken.
Oh, we got Philly.
I think so.
Got the Eagles. A.J. Brown going up against his former team already. And that's going to be a new look kind of team. That team's got
You might have to play your starters probably one series in that game, Ken, in the Philly game.
Yeah.
Because who's our third opponent for preseason?
Probably the Giants, since we play them every year, I think. Or it seems like we do. I would think, but I don't know for sure. I don't think the Mekhi Lemon's going to be playing, the rookie that replaced A.J. Brown, first-round draft choice for Philly. I think he's hurt. Devontae Smith, former Heisman, is now the number 1 receiver in Philly. I think he can handle it. I think he's very good.
Yeah, I think he can. You still got Barkley. You still got Jalen Hurts.
I don't think Jalen Hurts is my favorite passer. I'm not sure. I know he's had a couple of good years. I don't trust him as a passer. I think he makes a lot of mistakes. He's got some strengths, though. He can run, and I just think his confidence is down. I think I'm expecting a not superb year from him.
Ken, who's the guy? Who's the guy from Minnesota?
Quarterback?
He just lost his. He just lost the starting job too. Because Kyler Murray's the starter.
You talking about J.J. McCarthy?
Yeah, there's rumblings going on that he might be getting shipped out the door.
Who's going to want him?
He might go to the Chargers, Ken.
As a backup?
Who's the head coach there?
Oh, I know. He's former Michigan coach, but
he can develop.
Where is it?
No, I said
McCarthy thought. Harbaugh thought he was the best quarterback in the draft that year, and I thought he was crazy because that 24 draft was maybe the best in history.
Yes.
You know, I think you have to go back to at least 83 to find a better group of quarterbacks that are now dominating in the NFL. So early, too.
Yeah, because if you think about it, you got Bo Nix was in that draft class.
He was the 5th quarterback taken. 6th.
I think the best 2 coming out of that class is Williams and May right now, Ken.
Jaden Daniels.
Coming off an injury.
He was the Heisman. He edged out Bo Nix. He's coming off an injury. He got them to an NFC championship game.
In his first year.
Beating a 16-1 Detroit team at Detroit and got them to the NFC championship game. That's impressive.
That if you're betting on who's the team out in the NFC to represent the NFC,
Rams.
I'm taking the Rams. Because if Donald comes back, woo,
I think it's going to be Rams, Denver in the Super Bowl this year.
I do not want to see that defensive line, Ken.
He's not definitely coming back.
He's been practicing
He has
at
not,
the team facility.
But I'm going to tell you, he has not made his decision yet.
I think
he hasn't played since 24.
Yeah, I know. I think with the addition of Myles Garrett there, Ken, I think Garrett's trying to push him.
You want a bold prediction for me?
Don't say Denver either.
Myles Garrett is going to have 27 sacks this year.
Yeah, because that defensive line's one of the best defensive.
Well, not just that. What did he have last year? 24. He broke the record, right? Didn't he have 24 sacks last year?
Yeah, I think he broke Strahan's record.
Right, and he did that with the Cleveland team that is chasing other teams, and so other teams are running a lot in the second half. You're playing the Rams. You're on the Rams. People are going to have to pass for 60 minutes most of those games. He is going to be on fire. He's going to shatter his own record this year. Mark my words.
Ken, right now, who's your starting running back for New England?
I think I would start Stevenson and give Henderson a good healthy amount. I don't think Henderson can take the 25 carries a game that Stevenson can.
I think he can, Ken.
I don't know. I mean, he's explosive.
Yes,
it's almost like having Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet, right? It's sort of like that because you have a home run hitter and you get the guy who does the heavy lifting. I like the situation.
I think it's going to help with getting the fullback this year too.
Yeah,
for Henderson.
Well, you're going to see the Patriots try to pound the ball. Six offensive linemen out there and a fullback. They're going to really challenge teams to stop them. And then if you overcommit to the run, then there's A.J. Brown. And this tight end, Raridon. I mean, he 6'7". He's the same height as Gronk. He's very fast.
Yes.
And I think he was lower in the draft for a lot of NFL teams because he didn't have a touchdown last year for Notre Dame. Because Jeremiah Love was getting them all.
Yeah, because he was a blocking tight end.
But you know what? He had over 15 yards a reception, which is great for a wide receiver, never mind a tight end. He's a fast dude. So you could see, and he could leapfrog Hunter Henry in the depth chart eventually.
Yeah. They're not going to do it if he just signed the extension, Ken.
I understand. No, I mean, it's good to have two good tight ends. It just is.
But I see this wide receiver room getting cut pretty soon, Ken.
Who?
I don't want to say it, but Williams might be gone.
I don't know. They drafted him second round last year.
Chisholm might be gone.
Chisholm could be gone, and I would hate to see it because I love the way he plays. But I think Douglas does the same thing that Chisholm does. It might be a little better for now. But Chisholm gives you everything he's got.
Yeah,
it's very hard to cover underneath.
But if you look at it, you're only going to carry 6 wide receivers, Ken.
I would rather have Chisholm than Hollins.
Because you got
guys that do what Hollins does.
Because you got Brown, you got Dobbs.
Booty.
You got Booty, you got
Williams.
Williams,
Douglas, Chisholm.
Mac Hollins.
Mac Hollins, I think, is the guy I would let go. He's great on blocking, though.
I don't think you let him go because he had some big moments for us last year.
He did. He's only going to be a little slower this year, and he's getting up there.
Yeah, but he's still a good wide receiver.
We'll see.
You can throw him in as your 5th.
I'll agree with you. It's going to be a tough choice. And maybe while we're still looking for another pass rusher, we hold out for maybe a trade, right? If somebody has a surplus of pass rushers, we keep an eye out for that. But we're not settled there. I think we're still looking for a pass rusher.
I don't think we're settled on the backup quarterback role either, Ken.
I like DeVito.
He did all right.
Yes.
You need a proven backup, Ken. He wasn't decent as a starter in New York.
Let me just say this. If Drake May goes down, you're not going to the playoffs.
Nope.
So you get a guy who, if Drake May jams his thumb and needs a few plays off, if he misses comes in the second half and Drake May misses a game, you get a guy who could sneak a win in here or there with DeVito. You miss Drake May for 7-8 games or more, you're not going anywhere.
Don't be surprised if the rookie doesn't jump DeVito, Ken.
You like him?
Yep.
I haven't seen enough.
Yeah, it's first preseason game, Ken.
Yeah, I haven't read enough that he's been pressing in practice or anything like that. They do like DeVito, though.
DeVito played most of the game.
Yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah. So, but, performed well was Malik Willis for Miami.
Yeah.
He looks great.
Yesterday.
Yes.
Tua looked horrible.
Yeah. Well, it's a new system for him. He's in Atlanta, and they brought him in. He brought him in because he's a southpaw. Right? He's throwing lefty like Michael Penix, who supposedly is the guy until he gets when he gets healthy. But they brought Tua in to compete too. That poor guy. If he gets hit in the head, he's done, and it could be worse than being on a football.
One more concussion, he's done, Ken.
Yeah, his health is at great risk.
He got hit in that game yesterday.
Yeah,
in the Atlanta game.
I didn't know that.
And his head went like this. Almost hit the turf too. And I was like,
it's just so much your cranium can take, and he's at that threshold. And there's some guys built for better.
And he's only in his 20s, Ken. He's not 30.
No, I know. No, if it wasn't for that problem, I think he'd be a star in the league. But what about the Jets?
Miami's not going anywhere, Ken.
No,
They could be.
they could win. They could win the over on what are this 4.5 games? I think is the over and under.
They could beat the Jets twice.
I don't know. I like besides the quarterback. I think the Jets are building a good team.
What? You think Gino's going to revive his career in New York,
that's what I
Ken?
mean. I think that the problem is the quarterback. Aside from that, I think they're developing a very good roster. I think once they find a quarterback, they're all of a sudden going to be relevant, whether it's through the draft or.
I don't even know who their quarterback room is, Ken. From Geno Smith.
Where's Fields? Is he still there?
No, he's somewhere else, Ken.
Yeah, he's out of there. I don't know. But Geno Smith is supposed to be the guy for the Jets. So the Jets, it's really a two-team race for the Patriots or Bills. If the Patriots can go 2-2 in their first four, I think they're in a good place for, especially if they beat the Bills in those first four games. I think they'll be in a good position to win the division. Right now, I don't favor them to win the division. So we were talking earlier about Mayor Mitchell and his refusal to share the voter rolls with the federal government, questioning the motive. Well, they want to see if there are any illegal voters, which is the role of the federal government. Whether he likes it or not, they are in charge of voter integrity, overseeing these states. And I mean, I know he doesn't like Trump, and he's kind of being a punk about it, but at the end of the day, you're going to have to cooperate. No, he's going to force them to subpoena, whatever. Specifically, since 1932, the White House has had some power overseeing local elections on when there's federal positions like the ones that are coming up this November. In particular, in writing, if they suspect aliens are voting illegally, then they have a right to act. So what is Mayor Mitchell hiding? 508-996-0500. You had Maura Healey very proudly signing a bill into law which extends abortion from 24 weeks right up to the date of the birth. And you guys know me, I'm a pro-life Republican. I find myself having more conversations with pro-choice voters who at least want abortion procedures to end at the point where the unborn can start registering and feeling pain or suffering. This bill was maniacal. And Hendrick and Tony Cabral and others that voted for it, I'm just ashamed of them. I'm happy to say Chris Markey voted no. It's appalling. And as a matter of fact, I wish they would put a procedure on TV after the kids are in bed so that every voter can see what it is that was just passed, because partial birth abortion, late-term abortions are barbaric. And if you haven't made that decision in 24 weeks, and now you've got an unborn that can actually suffer from something like this, and I think most people are opposed to it. Maura Healey was very proud of it. It was just bizarre seeing the smiles and the joy of what they've just enacted. And it can include, this bill would include, so if a mom all of a sudden decides with her 8-month-old unborn child, well, you know what, I think I'd be too depressed to have this baby, so the health of the mother can include mental health. So if she decides she's going to be depressed and maybe suicidal, she has this baby, that's one of the reasons they allow for this. It is very unusual and very rare. It can happen, but I'm not saying it can't happen, but it's very unusual and rare that you have to abort to save the life of the mother. And I just think Maura Healey's ear-to-ear smile, her pride over passing this was just bizarre to me. I don't understand it. She talks about defending the vulnerable, protecting kids, and then passes the bill the same week as she's talking about this, right? You don't have to look the unborn in the eye. You don't have to look You don't have to look people who obey our laws in places like Guatemala, in places like Venezuela, who are filling out the paperwork and letting the State Department check them out to make sure they're not a threat to this country before they enter with permission to begin citizenship process. You don't have to look them in the eye when they're denied much longer by the illegal immigrants who cut the line and just disregard our laws and come into the country and make them stay longer. You don't have to look them in the eye, so you support those who are here because it's politically expedient when you're a liberal. You believe you have use for them. That they'll owe you one if you speed track and somehow get them citizenship. I told you, Ryan, I think that illegal immigrants who have been deported should have a class action suit against those who promised them no consequences for coming in, because they were promised, don't worry, we'll find you a path to citizenship, you'll be fine. And then they come all the way here, they start their lives. Federal laws are then enforced, and they're rounded up and booted out and have to start all over back where square one. Whoever promised them no consequences, I think, should be exposed and liable to a class action lawsuit. Because coming up with the money to get here in the first place, especially when you have the means that they do down there, that's like you and I trying to come up with $100,000. 508-996-0500. Just another beautiful, beautiful day here on the south coast of Massachusetts. We do need a little rain, definitely, but boy, for the purpose of being on vacation, tourism, it has really worked out on the Cape and the Islands this year. You going on any vacation, Rye? What are you doing this summer? Any plans?
I did my vacation.
Where'd you go?
I stayed around here.
A staycation.
Did a couple things around here.
Yeah.
I was going to go to Vinny this year, but I never made it out there this year.
I've been to both for work, but I look, the South Coast is just as good. I don't care what anybody says. These beaches are beautiful, and they don't even make those competitions of the best beaches in Massachusetts. And there are people who tell me, don't remind people that they're down here. It's a well-kept secret. We like it that way. But there are some fantastic beaches down here.
Yeah, Ken, stop telling people that the beach is down here.
Well, I mean, Horseneck's no secret. People know about that beach, right? But you know, if you're a Dartmouth resident, what's better than Round Hill? I mean,
you got Round Hill,
West Island.
You got Jones Beach.
Jones. Wareham has some beautiful beaches. It's really understated, I think. I'll leave it there. Anyway, we'd like to hear from you. 508-996-0500. Red Sox coming down to earth. Ryan, what's going on? I don't know. This is not a team that should be breaking records.
No, they look like they're coming back down to earth. But if you look at it, Ken, we got reinforcements coming.
Roman Anthony,
Trevor Story.
Yeah.
Crochet.
That's right.
If he gets his dead arm going again.
What are they saying? Is he?
He's starting.
He's going to play in Worcester first?
They said he was starting his throwing rehab.
Okay.
He threw from like 60 feet the other day.
I can't imagine you can't go far without him, right? He's your ace.
And then nobody's talking about Tanner Holt, Ken. He might be coming back within like 2 or 3 weeks.
Well, if they're still in the mix of things, and they should be, right? Because I think they have a 5-game advantage to stay in the wild card position.
He had Tommy John surgery last year.
Yeah.
And they said he was going to be out till at least October.
I mean, even playing just slightly under 500, it's tough to give ground to a 5-game lead in 2 weeks, right? So they should be okay by then.
Yeah, if you look at it, Ken, our pitching staff is still like one of the top pitching staffs in the league without your ace, without Crochet.
I'm not a fan of Duran.
I'm not either.
I think we can do better. He's not consistent and does some dumb things out there. But
yeah, if I was to start an outfield, Ken, I would keep Abreu. I'd keep Rafaela.
When Roman Anthony comes back, then what?
Durant. I think Durant's going to be on the bench, I think, because where are you going to put him?
Not a bad bench player.
Or
pinch hitter.
Or Anthony as DH.
Rotate him. We'll come back in a moment. You're listening to the Ken Pittman Show on WBSM. Ryan Dixon.
WBSM, New Bedford's news talk station. Listen at home or in the office on your smart speaker. Enable our skill and tell your smart speaker, play WBSM.
Hello, New Bedford. This is Manny Resendiz. Tune in with the Retirement Factory so you can retire right. Saturday mornings at 6 and Sundays at 10 on 1420 WBSM.
The Ken Pittman Show, 1420 WBSM, New Bedford.
Well, for the last month and a half, Caitlin Clark finds herself the second most famous player on her team. Sophie Cunningham has really dominated the press. Now, she's been at the forefront of being verbally opposed to having transgender players come into the WNBA. And she's gotten a lot of grief for it. And the WNBA, look, they were very okay and very happy about political activism until it wasn't a woke message, right? So they have this ideology, bigotry against anybody who doesn't believe what they believe, and so they're really upset with Sophie Cunningham. She's been booed by entire crowds in the crazy state of Minnesota, things like that. But the idea about sports, Ryan, is you don't want another team or another player or an opponent to have an unfair advantage. Isn't that the goal, to keep things fair? Right? In boxing, you have certain weight divisions. There's reasons why you want to implement fairness, obviously, right? If one guy's doing steroids and the other one's not doing steroids, that's an unfair advantage. Well, if you have testosterone running through your bones and your blood and muscles for 16 years and you transition, you have an incredible advantage over your opponents who have none of that. Yeah,
I agree with Sophie Cunningham, Ken.
Most people do.
That it should be women only. But now it's just getting to the point that it's a publicity stunt, Ken.
Well, you get NBA players. Cantor 6'10".
Cantor wants to go to the WNBA. The guy that just lost a primary, Royce White.
You know who should come back out of retirement? Larry Johnson, when he was grandmama.
I know. They were saying a former player from UConn.
Yeah.
They want him in the...
No, obviously these are not serious transgender people, but if they claim to, you have to respect it.
Rudy Gay. They want him in there. That's three, Ken.
Okay.
But it's starting to get ridiculous.
Yeah.
You have girls. Yeah. If Cantor goes to that, if Cantor is allowed to play in the WNBA, Ken, who's going to cover him? These girls aren't. The girls in the WNBA aren't like 200 pounds, Ken.
Well, they're gonna. So they finally get the revenues and the interest of the public, and now they're going to commit cultural suicides, financial suicide in their own league because of wokeness. And it's a shame because people gave it a chance and they liked the performance of the players, not just Caitlin Clark. There's a lot of really good players in that league.
If you watched the game last night, Ken, it was her and the girl from UConn, Beckers.
There's a ton of good players.
Yeah, there's a ton of them,
and they let it go too. The physicality. We'll be back with the final hour on the Ken Pittman Show right after the news.
WBSM and W258DR, New Bedford, a Town Square media station.